with the advantage on the bottom is going to try to retake the lead into 3.
He was in that nitrous oxide off of 3/4 the way down the back straightaway and took the lead away from the
Biffle tries to get a run here to the outside using every inch of real estate. Down to 60 of Preece. Single file for the top 4. JH Diesel stuck to the outside. He's going to lose 2 for the price of 1. As Ty Braun and Brent from PFI Speed both get by him, he'll settle back into the 7th position.
Ryan Preece grabbed his phone mid-race and started tweeting from the driver's seat of a nitrous-powered Crown Victoria. That actually happened. While battling for the lead at 10,000 screaming fans watched from the stands. The NASCAR Cup Series driver just delivered the most unexpected victory in recent memory at Stafford Speedway. Preece won the Cleetus McFarland New England 900 on Friday, July 18th after a door-banging final lap showdown with Greg Biffle. But the real story isn't just the win, it's how he got there. Stafford Speedway hosted something completely different that night. Modified Crown Victoria Fords equipped with nitrous oxide boosters, yellow strobe lights flashing on rear deck lids when drivers hit the boost, a field packed with automotive YouTubers and NASCAR veterans all throwing caution to the wind. The 90-lap feature event drew a sellout crowd of more than 10,000 fans. Preece started 15th in his number, 60buildsubmarines.com entry. Former NASCAR Cup Series star Greg Biffle also started deep in the 21-car field. Both drivers had work to do. This marked Preece's first start in a Cleetus McFarland organized Crown Vic event. The second consecutive year McFarland brought his chaos to Stafford Speedway. Nobody expected what happened next. Robbie Layton grabbed the initial lead but held it for exactly 1 lap. Jimmy Oakes took over on lap 2. The running order shuffled constantly through the opening laps with Kyle Boosted Boys, Dr. Parker Mitchell, and LS George all cycling through top 5 positions. Oakes spun in turn 2 on lap 7, bringing out the first caution. Preece had already carved his way from the back of the pack to 7th place. The restart put Kyle Boosted Boys and Robbie Layton on the front row. Brent PFI Speed went 3 wide on the lap 13 restart and seized the lead. LS George slotted into 2nd. Preece exploded from 7th to 3rd in one corner, then immediately passed LS George for 2nd on lap 14. The Connecticut native had announced his presence. Preece struck on lap 17, taking the lead from Brent PFY Speed. Brad DeBerti followed him to 2nd on lap 18. The early positioning battle was fierce, but Preece had planted his flag at the front. The race hit its stride when something unprecedented happened during a caution period. RFK Racing posted a trackside shot of Preece's Build Submarines hat with the caption, "Ryan took the lead and the crowd went wild." They mentioned technical issues prevented them from sharing video of the on-track action. Preece decided to take matters into his own hands. He grabbed his phone from inside the race car and fired off a tweet during the yellow flag. "May have used my NOS too soon," complete with a GIF from the Fast and Furious. RFK Racing's social media team shot back immediately. Ryan put the phone down, "We're back to yellow flag." The exchange exploded across social media while 21 Crown Vics circled Stafford's tight half-mile track. Fans watching at home and in the stands couldn't believe a NASCAR driver was tweeting mid-race. The timing was wild. Preece had just fended off Biffle on a restart and watched Cleetus McFarland spin for the 2nd time. Multiple lead changes defined the middle portion of the race. DeBerti pulled alongside Preece on lap 20 and took the lead by inches at the line. Lap 21 saw DeBerti, Preece, and Derek Weiss Grip Garage go 3 wide, with DeBerti emerging ahead. Cleetus McFarland spun in turn 1 on lap 22, bringing out another caution. The race went back to green with DeBerti leading, but another caution flew on lap 27 for a 3-car incident involving Jim York, Kevin Smith KSR, and Dr. Parker Mitchell. Officials displayed the red flag with 30 laps complete. Preece regained the lead on the lap 33 restart before DeBerti briefly took it back. Preece reclaimed the top spot on lap 34 with Derek VGG 3rd, Brent PFI Speed 4th, and Greg Biffle climbing to 5th. Another caution on lap 35 kept the field bunched. The Connecticut driver controlled most restarts through the middle stages. Brent PFI Speed pressured DeBerti for 3rd and captured the position on lap 42. McFarland spun again in turn 3 on lap 49, his second incident of the night. Greg Biffle methodically worked his way toward the front. The 19-time Cup Series winner moved into third place after the lap 59 restart, when LS George spun in turn 4. Biffle made his move on Derek VGG on lap 71, taking second place with 19 laps remaining. The caution flew with 72 laps complete when Kyle Boosted Boys spun in turn 2. This set up the crucial restart that would define the race's final act. Biffle nearly jumped Preece on the lap 73 restart, but couldn't complete the pass. Preece maintained the lead with Biffle locked in second. Another caution with 77 laps complete changed everything. Brent PFI Speed spun and collected Roman Atwood and LS George in the process. The restart gave Biffle the opportunity he'd been waiting for. Biffle briefly grabbed the lead on the lap 77 restart. The two drivers nearly swapped positions on lap 79, but Preece held on. Derek VGG emerged from a heated battle for third on lap 80, while Victor Alvarez climbed to fifth. Biffle made his decisive move on lap 83. He dove to the inside of Preece in turn 1 and completed the pass on lap 84. With 8 laps remaining, the former Cup Series star held the point. "I was chasing the nitrous switch around," Biffle explained after the race. "It was dangling, and I was pushing the button and driving it with one hand. It was a lot of fun racing Preece." Preece searched desperately for a way around Biffle. He looked high and low, but couldn't find an opening. Preece nearly made a pass on lap 87, but Biffle shut the door. Both drivers repeatedly hammered the nitrous button as the laps clicked off. Preece dove to the inside of Biffle on lap 89 as they approached the white flag. The two cars ran virtually even, taking the final lap signal. The leaders encountered lap traffic in the final set of turns, exactly what Preece needed. On lap 89, Preece got under Biffle out of turn 4 coming to the white flag. The pair went side by side through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch on the final lap. Preece seized his moment in turns 3 and 4. Using the nitrous boost at precisely the right time, he muscled his way under Biffle in the low lane. The crowd exploded as Preece pulled ahead off turn 4 and raced to the checkered flag. "I checked up early getting into turn 1 on the last lap to try and get inside of him, and he knew what I was doing," Biffle said. "I wanted the inside down in turns 3 and 4. I couldn't give up that much track position, so I went for it and tried to crowd him down. We got together a little bit, but it was a lot of fun." Preece climbed from his battered Crown Victoria with a massive grin. The win marked his 38th victory at Stafford Speedway, where he previously won an SK Modified Championship. But this one felt different. "I'll tell you what, this has to be the most fun I've had in a race car in a damn long time, so thanks for having me out," Preece said. "Thanks to all these awesome fans from New England. Y'all are the best. We just won the New England 900. The most surprising revelation came when Preece learned about the nitrous indicator system. He had no idea the yellow strobe light on his trunk flashed every time he used the boost. "I didn't realize that when you hit it, it shows on the trunk strobe light when you're using it," Preece said. "So I think everybody knew how much I was using it. It was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was a little push to pass." The yellow light had been flashing constantly as Preece battled through the final corners. Every fan in the grandstands could see exactly when he was using the nitrous system. Preece admitted the final lap contact was intentional. He had embraced the rubbing is racing mentality that defines grassroots motorsports. Preece said, "It was all about having fun. At the end, we had to do the old NASCAR rubbing is racing and put on a show for everyone." He also owned up to the aggressive driving that secured the victory. "I felt bad about using my right side door pretty hard on him. We had a blast." The contact didn't bother Biffle, who appreciated the hard racing. Biffle said, "We got together a little bit, but it was a lot of fun."